flow, go with the flow. We try to.
Yes, welcome to another episode of the Sisterhood Podcast. It's your girl Karla, and I'm
And then
taking
Sharde.
Yay! And we are here tonight to bring you all the things raw, bold, and unfiltered, faith filled. Listen, y'all are in a treat for tonight. We have a special guest. I would like to welcome to the podcast platform Miss Lin Law. She will be releasing her powerful new book entitled Moving Forward Navigating Sibling Grief. And tonight we're going to talk about how to navigate, how to navigate grief through these holidays. We made it through Thanksgiving, but it's Christmas coming upon us, New Year's, and then the new year. So she is here. Welcome, 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 sis.
Thank you. It's so great to be here. Thank y'all for
Yes,
having me.
We're so glad to have you. I do have a little backstory about Miss Lin Law. She's been in my life for the past 20 plus years.
wow.
And she's been a close friend, a sister. And so I am truly honored to have her here, have her presence in my life. And so truly thankful to have her here to be able to talk about holiday grief and about her new book, Moving Forward.
Well, any sister of Sharde's is a sister of mine.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. It's a Sisterhood podcast. Yeah.
Amen. Amen. So, Miss Lynn, before we dive into these questions and this podcast, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Right.
Well, my name is Lin Law. I was born as Linda. but throughout life and everything, I felt like I needed a change, and I just took the duh off. Most
Yeah.
people call me Lynn anyway.
Mhm.
From my military background, most folk call me Lynn, so that's where that came from.
Okay.
I am actually from Alabama, and born and raised. As I said, prior military background. Right now, I'm in the educational field with childcare. Yes, childcare around Alabama.
Yes.
Um, yeah, and so I do life coaching also.
Mhm.
I coach business, personal. I coach out of the country. I do youth coaching in Africa. I've been doing that since 2013.
Awesome.
2013. Yeah, so
Okay.
anything you just want to know, you can ask me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm an open book. Yeah.
She's
Okay.
awesome.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be soaking up these gems tonight. So all the ladies tuned in, just know this episode is not just for y'all, it's for me. I want to get all the things from Miss
Yeah.
Lynn, the DA. Listen, I love it. I love it. So I know when we talk about grief, a lot of times we talk about the loss of a loved one. Most of the time, people think parents,
Mhm.
grandparents, but no one sits and really talks about sibling. So why do you feel like, or what makes sibling grief a little bit different when we're talking about just overall grief?
Well, for me, first of all, I lost my sister in 2022. Um, I was there with her the entire time.
Mhm.
Actually, Sharde and I never disconnected, but this was during the time that Sharde's daughter was diagnosed with a heart condition. So we were both at the same hospital.
Yes.
We were at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah. So we reconnected in a sense. Again, we never disconnected, but it just drew us closer. All right, during that time, my sister was there. She dealt with lupus, and she didn't make it, of course, in 2022, May 26th. And then on last year, I lost my baby brother in August of last year. And it was no sickness, nothing, just out of the blue. So that was pretty tough for me. Um, and what I've noticed concerning myself is that when I can help others, it helps me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I can help others. So I love to write. I love to write. I
Okay.
love to find solutions to issues, you know. So it took me a while. It took me a while. The difference in with sibling grief is oftentimes is overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Is overlooked, especially when there are living parents. You
Right.
know, when they're living parents, the focus more so goes totally on them. Totally, totally on the parent. Even with the children that are left behind, our
Mm,
focus is to make sure our parents are okay. Because can
right.
you imagine? Can you imagine
Yeah.
losing children? So your
Right.
focus goes totally on your parents. In
Mm,
the meanwhile, as your parents kind of navigates through it,
mhm.
you find yourself later on just facing I call it the demon. You
Mm-hmm.
Right.
find yourself just facing that demon called grief, you
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months down the line. I think for me, it was about 3 months. And it took me into a depression. And even in that, I couldn't really figure my way out of it because I'm still trying to console my parents.
Right.
So I just began to think like, what about those that lose siblings that are actually close to their siblings?
Right.
There is a difference.
Right.
Right.
There is a difference. And people say there's not, but there's a difference when your sister is your best friend or your sister is really close.
Mm,
Or for me, for the past 17 Christmases, it was with my sister,
Right.
you know every time. Thanksgiving, it was with her when I was in the country. The past
mm,
every Christmas though, I made sure I was in the country. So, there with her. And then my brother, even though he was younger than me, we were the only two that were in Alabama after my sister. My other two brothers in Missouri and Maryland. So yeah, so it's just like, it's a lot. Sibling grief, um sibling grief is different, and you gotta find a way to deal with it
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
with living parents, with other you gotta
Right.
find your way. And so that's my thing now. That's why I'm writing, because I
Right.
want to make sure that there's some kind of resource out there for those that might be dealing with that sibling grief and don't know how to navigate through it. So that's what I'm doing.
Right. That is so
Yeah.
true. And so it hits so close to home. And I'm sitting back thinking, wow, how I feel like I need to change the way that I interact with my patients. Because as a nurse and working on the peds floor, when we had patients that died, we immediately console the parents. We're getting them into counseling. We're getting the pastor or whoever's on call to get up and speak to them. And oftentimes the siblings are just in the
Mhm.
corner, sitting there watching the parents get consoled. And so
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
you really just honed in and hit close to home for me to go back and resonate to the peds nurses. Y'all need to include in your grief counseling those siblings because we really don't. We all we focus on is making sure the parents are okay, that funeral arrangements are lined up, that parents are in counseling. We're calling and following up and asking how the parents are doing, not thinking about how is brother and sister doing from losing a sibling, whether
Right.
it's expected or unexpected. So you just really and encouraged and inspired me to reach out to the peds nurses that I used to work with and be like, hey, did we ever consider asking how brother and sister are doing? Because
Right.
we focus on the parents. So
Right.
sibling grief is something that really is going unnoticed,
It is.
untouched. And so I thank you
Mm-hmm.
for tapping into that and raising awareness. And we will
Yeah.
be sure to put the link to your book
Yes.
on our pages
Thank
so that
you.
people can reach out and to just continue to raise awareness that when a child is lost, it's not just the parents who grieve.
Right.
the siblings as well. And like you said, if you're close, you're losing your best friend. And that
That's
can
right.
cause depression, anxiety, even lead to suicide. Because I'm
Yes.
alone now. Who am I going
Mhm.
to navigate life with? My
Right.
my person is gone, you know.
That's right.
And so I'm just sitting here like in awe, like, oh, I had
Yeah.
an ouch moment.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
wow, I remember being in the room, in the hospital room, hugging a parent, and little brother is sitting over there,
Mm.
not even showing him any kind of, because we're focusing on, again, the parent.
Mhm.
So thank
On the
you
pen.
for this platform. I'm glad that
You're
we're
welcome.
allowing this platform to raise awareness that that's a loss that needs to
Yeah.
be tapped into, you
It,
know?
it really does. Because you have to, I think you have to remember that, I know parents, that's just the automatic. But you have to
Mhm.
remember that these are people that we grew up with,
Mhm.
you know, that, and if it's my age or,
Mhm.
you know, somewhere near my age or whatever, just say 35 and up or 40 and up, you spent all your summers in the house together,
Mhm.
cleaning, playing hide and go seek, and doing all this stuff. These were people that you know were like, especially older siblings. For me, for my sister, is like your other mom.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Wow.
So it's yeah. When my mom was at work, my sister took. She's 5 years older than me. She took care of me. Like I'm reminded of my sister more so than my mom growing up as a
Wow.
child
Wow.
because my mom was always working. So
Mhm.
at school, she's looking out for me. If somebody's messing with me, here she comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's bothering me. That kind of connection,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
even if it's not even that close, if you're just in a family where siblings are just close all together, where you don't have a whole lot, it
Mhm.
still needs to be recognized
Right.
because I'm telling you, I've never been on anxiety before, anxiety meds, and I'm
Mhm.
going to just be an open book
Yeah.
before, never anxiety meds, not understanding, um,
Mhm.
what you call it, the your heart rate just doing all
Yeah.
kinds.
Mhm.
It's a lot to it, and then you just gotta toughen it out, especially like I said, when your parents are still around. You got to go
Mhm.
back and be strong for your parents because you can't
Right.
cry around your mama. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because she
Yes.
you can't do all this stuff around you. You got to be the
Mhm.
tough one. And you never really get that opportunity to grieve. But I have
Mhm.
I have made it a mission to go ahead and grieve because I've had 2022. I think like maybe a year of my life, I just kind of sat on the back burner. Sharde knows that.
Yeah.
Like I didn't do a whole lot. I didn't
Right.
do a whole lot of nothing. After
Mhm.
my brother died last year, I didn't travel no more after August.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
couldn't. I have to because you gotta be so much for so many different
Right.
people. I'm the last sister, so I gotta be strong for my
Mhm.
Mhm.
brothers,
Yeah.
even though they have wives. But I'm not married, so I gotta be strong for them. I gotta be strong for my parents, and I never focused on myself. So what this book is gonna do is just gonna give um is going to give like a comforting, a sense of comforting to siblings
Right.
that seem to be set on the back burner when it comes to losing
Right.
siblings, whether it's multiple or single, whatever, however many. Because I've seen people lose 3 and 4 siblings now that I've started reading it, like once a
Right.
year. You
Yes.
know, yeah, like I ran into one lady that lost a sibling 22, 23,
Mhm.
24 back to back,
Got you.
just losing. And she said she couldn't even, she's one of my clients, she couldn't even focus on herself because she got to take care of mom. Dad had already passed on, but she had to just focus and take care of mom. So um just having somebody to be there and I think talk. Let me
Right.
let you talk because I can talk
Oh,
all.
Mm-mm, no, no, no. You're
no, no,
fine.
no. You, no.
It needs to be heard. And so
Yes.
I know your book talks about unseen grief.
Mhm.
So what is that?
Unseen grief. Actually, um, I think I mentioned that in a
Mhm.
post. I
Okay.
actually
Okay.
mentioned that in a
Mhm.
post. I
Mhm.
don't think I was going through, I didn't actually put it
Okay.
inside.
Okay.
But
Mhm.
unseen grief is almost like what we're talking about.
Mm.
It's the grief of the sibling that's not seen,
Wow.
because we always have to put on the face of, I'm okay. I got it. I
Wow.
got my mom. You know what I'm saying? I got dad. You know, even aunts or whomever that's left. I got this one. So that's a type grief that's covered up. You know, where people are not even allowed, or it don't even seem right for us to allow people to see that type grief.
Right.
You know, because we can't because we gotta be strong for everybody around us, you know. So
Yeah.
we're left on the back burner as if we're not seen, and that's
Mm.
just the way it's been, and that's what it seems like it's always going to be for some.
Right.
Because I've talked to some again that say they don't feel comfortable coming to the forefront, you know, saying that, hey, I need someone to talk to. I need counseling myself, you
Right.
know.
Right.
Even counselors that have lost, I've talked to them, life coaches and counselors that have lost siblings, we don't feel comfortable coming to the forefront, talking about it. We just want to stay on, we want to be unseen. We rather be unseen,
Mm.
because it's like, we're looking for, it seems as if to others we're looking for some type of attention, and it's not. we're
Mhm.
we're literally dying on the inside,
Right.
you know. Yeah. Yeah.
So as
I
far
have a
as
question. Oh,
oh yeah, go ahead, Sharde. You
no,
good?
I'm sorry. I was going to ask you, you know, since we are going into the holiday season, like what advice would you give somebody, you know, who is mourning the loss of a loved one? Like what advice would you give them?
I would say, if you're mourning a lot, it's going to be different for everybody. It
Right.
is. Yeah. No two people are going to grieve alike.
Right.
So you got to be comfortable however you need to grieve. Okay. Nobody can tell you how long to grieve.
Right.
Nobody can tell you
Absolutely.
how to grieve.
Yes.
Nobody can tell me to stay away from my sister and brother's grave site. They've
Right.
told me that many times, many
Okay.
times. You don't need to go out there. You don't need, because they're buried side by side. You don't need to go out there. You don't need to go. No, that's what I do for comfort. You
Right.
know, so to that grieving person, whether it's sibling. Okay, so my book does touch more so on sibling grief, but
Right.
it'll be resourceful for any person that's grieving.
Right.
So
Right.
you just have to learn how to grieve in your own way during this holiday season. Don't, because what I find myself as I approach Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
I find that my emotions are just sometimes so overwhelming that I don't know how to navigate, you know.
Right.
Right.
So what I do now is I take a few moments and I just breathe and relax, and I'll meditate a little bit.
Okay.
Okay? Then I have to if I'm down in my hometown, I'll go see them. That's comforting for me.
Right.
Also, I have to think about things. My sister was silly. So, she'll be cooking and I'm at the pot trying to eat, and she'd be like, girl, if you don't get your big tail out my pots, I have to think about stuff. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Stuff to make you laugh. So you gotta do what it takes for you. To the
Right.
to the grieving person, do what it takes for you. But when you feel yourself getting too low, you got to find somebody to talk to. Is no
Amen.
such thing as not talking, or I just need to be by myself. Yeah, for a couple of hours,
Yes.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe even a day,
Right.
maybe even a day. But after
Right.
that, you need to come on up
Right.
out, find someone to talk to. We need each other. You
Yes.
got to find someone that you trust to talk to, that don't mind
Y-
hearing the same stories
Right.
over and
Right.
over, because it's a repeat.
Right.
When
Right.
you go through grief, you talking about the same stories from a kid. You're gonna hear that, and it's not all the time that we need to hear you talk.
You
We
just
just need
okay.
someone to
That,
listen.
that's what I was going to ask you. Like during that process, do you just want it's not that you're looking for somebody to sit there and say anything to you. It's more so I just need you to listen and just your presence.
That's
Just
right.
okay.
That's
Exactly.
right. You just need
Yeah.
somebody there to listen. That's gonna listen
Right.
and that's not gonna pity you, like get you in this pity, but someone to just listen and just understand that you're really hurting. Or if I tell you I'm hurting, I'm really hurting, and I'm not
Mhm.
looking for sympathy or
Right.
anything. I just need you to know that I need to be seen.
Yeah.
I need I need to be
Right.
seen because it's doing something to the inside of me. I notice. I notice myself,
Ex-
Sharde, on the women's group that I have. I
Mhm.
hadn't live on that group in a year since my brother.
Right.
I haven't went live
It's
in
been a
there.
while. Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't. I haven't because
Okay.
grief, when it's a sibling, it's like a part of you,
Mm.
and I gotta move fast. It's like a
Mhm.
part of you
Yeah.
is missing. It's like when they die, it's like a third of you is snatched out of you.
Mm.
You don't know how to maneuver, like, because these are the people that you were like, can't wait till we get old. Me and my sister, if we still single, both of us, we just gonna move in together. As these people that you
Yeah.
have made plans to live the rest of your life with,
Yeah.
to grow old together.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So it's
Wow.
yeah,
Oh,
And I love the fact that you said there's no time stamp,
right.
because a lot of times you'll hear people say, her mama been dead 10 years, she should be over it by now.
yeah,
You can't tell people how long to grieve.
you
Right.
can't.
Or, and I do like that you touched on isolation, because I've had some family members that during the holidays, they tend to regress and they don't come around. And so
Mm,
the first few years, I was like, maybe they just need their space. But then after so many years, I'm like, I felt like it's the time to be around family. So how
yeah.
do you navigate or talk to those persons that tend to year after year isolate themselves during the holidays? I mean, is eventually should they start back being around family, or is it that just okay for them to, because I feel like that's depression will set in, and then they'll
Yeah.
start to isolate even more, and it'll turn
Mhm.
into holidays and then all events.
Yeah, no, isolation is not good.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Isolation is not good. And if you are influential to a person, you're able to talk to somebody and they're gonna listen to you.
Mhm.
You gotta talk them, maybe not just don't just talk directly about, look, your your mom's been dead this long, your sibling's been dead this long. Look, hey, let's go get some coffee. Let's hang out. You don't have to go directly and talk about what's happening or what
Okay.
has them isolated.
Okay.
Okay? Because when a couple of people were coming to me and saying, you want to go such and such place with me, your sister would want you to do that. You don't really want to hear that.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, because you don't know my sister. No, my sister would want me to wait on her.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know, no, my sister, you can't tell me, don't tell a person what their people would want them, or
Gotcha.
they wouldn't
Right.
want you. This is going to be funny, but for real,
Mm-hmm.
when people say, they wouldn't want you to be sad. My sister probably would be like, you ain't sad about me. You already done moved on. You see what I'm saying? So some
Right.
people say your sister wouldn't want you to be sad. Your sister wouldn't want you to be this or that or the other. But my sister, she wasn't she wasn't like that. No,
Right.
she'll be like, you moving on a little bit too quick now. You done forgot about me already.
I'm gonna tell you this. I am so proud of you for making this step to make this book,
Mhm.
because I feel like so many people, they suffer and they don't even know if if the emotions that they're feeling, I guess, are right, and so for you to have this book and to write it and to be able to pour into people, I'm very proud of you. I'm
Mm.
very proud of you, because it takes a lot. I mean, because you're taking something that you went through
Mm-hmm.
and you're being able to put it in on paper to be able to bless other people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so
Mm-hmm.
proud of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
And the
That's what I
insight that
that's
you're
go
giving,
ahead. Say that again.
the insight that you're giving,
Yes.
it's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. It really,
just
really is.
just bringing the awareness that it does
Mhm.
exist. I think
Right.
that's once that is out there, that hey, this is a thing, this really exists. You have people that are depressed, that are isolated, that just kind of gets behind the scene and stay behind there because it's not a thing. It's not a thing. Like you said, the nurses, they go straight to, when my sister, same thing, they went straight to my mom, and
Mhm.
Mm.
all my siblings were right around, but they go straight to the parents, and we just go over and console the parent too, because nobody pet us or hug, and my sister died in my arm, died in, like,
Wow.
literally in the hospital, like literally in my arms. And I did not shed one tear. No, I couldn't, because my mom was there, you
You
know.
have to be the strong one.
Yeah, I had to be strong for a long
Be
time. Yeah, yeah. And it really, like, it really broke me down, because when people come around me, they be like, how's your mom? How's your dad? You
Wow.
know, not a
Yeah,
lot
that's it. Wow.
ask me how
How
am
you
I?
Like,
feel?
how's
They
Lynn?
know my
How's
sister and
went
I.
there?
Yeah,
Right.
they knew, most people that knew us knew my sister and I were close.
Gotcha.
So, and my brother also. So, but you don't get that. So I just want people to know that this is out here, and you got people that are suffering silently,
Right.
siblings that are suffering silently because of this. Again, back to that timestamp thing. There is no time on grieving,
Right.
because there's, for me, I can talk about other people because I talk to them a lot, but for myself, this morning, literally, I was about to get my cell phone and call my sister and tell her I had something I wanted to tell her. She
Mm.
died in 22.
Yeah.
It's it comes back up as, it's like it'll come back up like just a thing that just happened this morning. You
Mm.
know, it feels that way. It
Mm.
happened 3 years ago, and it feels like it just happened. I still have moments when I'm picking up the phone, because I be telling her everything. I have to tell her little stuff. I'm about to tell her something that happened, and you know what I mean. So it's fresh. You don't ever
Mhm.
just. It's not something you get over.
Mhm.
It's something, Karla, you learn to deal with.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You just
So
learn to deal. You just learn to deal with it.
that's a lot.
It is. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
and so I have friends, I have family members that have lost parents and that have lost siblings. Even my husband, he's actually buried 5 of his siblings. There's 13 of them altogether. However, it doesn't get any easier. So my advice, or no, my what advice would you give me with deal, like, how do I make the holidays not be heavy? Like, I want
Yeah.
to be like, I know this is a tough time for you, but then I also don't want to harp on it too much and make it like, I want a balance. So what advice
Mm-hmm.
would you give someone that has a spouse or a family member that's lost, so that you want them to feel like you care, but I also don't want to come across as I'm pitying them
Right.
either?
Oh, right. Well, first of all, you got to know the mindset, or the mind of, your husband. All
Hmm.
right. You know what's going to mess with his emotions.
Mhm.
For example, you wouldn't want to just bring out all the pictures if you know that
Right.
pictures are a trigger for him.
Gotcha.
So first of all, you need to find out, and it's in the book, it talks about a lot. You need to find out what trigger, because you're not trying to trigger nobody's emotions.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yes,
You're not.
exactly.
You're not. You're not
Mhm.
trying to trigger emotions. All right. But what you want to do is, you want to make sure to keep his siblings' memories alive.
Mhm.
So um Maybe you could do a quick, if you have videos or something where you can do a little collage of laughter and different things
Okay.
like that. I love that kind of stuff. But like
Mhm.
I said, you got to just know your husband, and you don't want to tap too much on that emotional trigger. Okay. So that's why I say it's different for every individual. You know what moves your husband.
Mhm.
You know what moves him. So in the book, I put a list of different things you can do. You can do videos, you can do picture
Okay.
collages, you can talk about, bunnies, or you can make something, blankets. My cousin made a blanket for my mom with my brother and sister on it. Then
Okay.
another side of the blanket had all of us on it. Blankets, something that comforts them. There's a lot of things you can do, but you definitely don't want to do videos if videos trigger them.
Got
Okay. But a blanket is something they can fold up and put it away. But if they're having that moment, they want to feel close to them. They can bring that back out. You can also do people do like during holiday time. uh, a friend of mine, she does a table in her house, and she has candles for each one of the
Mhm.
siblings that are lost, just to remind the family. It's not right in front of them, but it's
Right.
in her foyer. It's out there, and it just has pictures of people that have gone on, and candles right there beside them during the entire holiday season. So you have to do what works for your family member, or the person has to do what works for them. So
Okay.
do what works for your husband,
Gotcha.
but don't. And people just think like you just got to pull on all these emotional triggers when it comes to people, and that's really not good to do. Do something that he's gonna like. Him. do
Right.
do something that's gonna remind him of them. Like I said, keep his siblings in the forefront, but also
Mhm.
don't pull too much on his emotional triggers, because it's a lot on your heart. I'm telling you, it's
Mhm.
it's it's literally a lot on your heart, not
Mhm.
just your head,
Right.
not just in your mind, but it triggers here with your heartbeat and your valves,
Mhm.
like real health stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you just want to make sure that you're doing what it takes for him. Um, but again, like I said, don't pull too much on those emotional triggers during the holiday season.
Right. I thank you for that advice because
Mhm.
that is very touching and it
Mm-hmm.
makes sense because me, I'm a mushy person. So the pictures and videos that may work well for me. However, he is the complete opposite. So that is going to be a no-no. But I
Right.
also and two, I want to talk about those ones that grieve and it's almost like they seem to have it together. But do they really? Like it's
Mm-hmm.
almost kind of scary. Like they're like, I'm fine. But are you really? But
Mm-hmm.
it's like you don't want to push the issue, but then always in the back of my mind, I'm like, are they really coping? Like it's almost
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
like they're not grieving at all, and they should be.
Mm-hmm.
So do we
And
just, you know?
yeah, I know exactly what you mean by that.
Mhm.
And again, I think it depends on the person's beliefs also. You I have a memory. Um I was at my brother's funeral, and someone came up to me and they said to me, "You need to cry. You need to just let go.
Mm,
Just let go. Just let go." And I was I was frozen in a sense, it was like I couldn't at that moment let go. And again, I wanted to, but I don't it's I wanted to let go, but it was almost like I couldn't, but they were pushing. So you don't want to push
okay.
anyone to face the issue. Okay. If that person is a believer,
Right.
you go into your prayer closet, honey.
Yes.
Yeah. That's right.
Go into your
Okay.
prayer closet
Mhm.
and you
Mhm.
pray for
Mhm.
that person.
Mhm.
Because pushing is like irritating. Okay. And maybe saying that I'm okay is the way that I deal with it.
Mhm.
What if that's it?
Okay.
What if my saying, I'm good, I'm okay, that's the way that I deal with it? Because if I don't deal with it that way, I become a overflow of emotions, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So some people may deal with it. Let people deal with things. Now, if you notice that they're going into depression, you know that you're hearing some things about them. You know, oh, they're not looking the same. They're not looking healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go and say, hey, are you good? You know, I know you just lost such and such. Um, you want to talk, but you
Yeah.
can't go like pitiful. You know, you want to talk
Right.
about it. You good?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if somebody real close, I see you losing a little weight now. You ain't putting
Right.
your makeup on like you used to. You ain't do. You
Yeah.
gotta be real,
Yeah.
not real pastorish.
Right.
Right.
You know,
Right.
real with
Mm-hmm.
people. Like
Yeah.
I.
It's got to be
Are you
authentic with them.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
Being authentic
Yes.
with a person, but like I said, also be discern
Mm.
use your discernment so
Right.
you'll know if that's their coping mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is it my coping mechanism to say that I'm okay, that I'm good? I'm not in denial, but this is just how I deal with it. Then when I'm with somebody that I'm closer to, or when I'm at home by myself, I deal with it a little bit. But
Right.
out in the public, I'm strong.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the
Man,
way I cope.
Right.
you dropping some gems,
You
some
sure are?
very
Yeah.
necessary gems,
The
because
way I
this
cope.
isn't right. This is not even, I mean, yes, we're talking about grief of a sibling. This could be used for grief of a loved one.
It
It
Hmm.
can.
could be used as advice for grief of any kind of loss.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
it could be apply all these gems that Lynn is dropping, sis. Like these can be applied to everyday life of how
It
to
can.
cope, and it's just you have to be again. I think the biggest takeaway I'm getting right now is know that person. you
Right.
know
Yes.
from
Right.
knowing
You
that
got
person,
to.
you know how to navigate with them
Right.
That's right.
instead of forcing them to do something they're not ready for, or it's just not their way of coping. So
That's
it's
right.
about just being supportive
Right.
from
Don't
a
be
distance if
forceful.
you need to be. Right,
Yeah.
right. Letting
That's
them
right.
have a moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let them not
Just
bask
let
in it, but let
Right.
them
Yeah,
just
just let people do
feel
their
it.
thing.
Yeah. Let
You
them.
Yes.
Sharde, you've done it to me a few times. You're like, I'm here for you if you need me. You've said that, like, if you
Yes.
need me, I'm here. Are you good? You sure you're good? Okay. If I say yeah, but now I think she knows
I
me
feel it
because
when
yeah,
she's like,
yeah, yeah.
Mm,
I can. I don't know what it is. I know it's
mhm.
God because I can
Right.
sense when I get I'm okay, and
Hmm.
I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, dot 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 dot. Like,
Yes.
is it just okay? Because I can sense it, and
Mhm.
of course, like with the like Thanksgiving, I sent her a message. I let her know that I'm praying for you,
Mhm.
because I know that there's really nothing exactly I could say to heal that wound. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Right.
just being there for a person and just letting them know I'm here for you. I'm praying
Hmm.
for you. I feel like that's what I feel like that's what she needs. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Not to say, well, you're not supposed to be feeling. No, I don't. I want you
Mhm.
to be where you need to, but don't stick there too long. You
Right.
okay? I'm here.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But she has to navigate that. And I'm here
Yeah.
to navigate it with her. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so you just need people like that in your corner, because and to, like she said, discern whether is this okay, just a really I'm okay, or what is it, and just really be there for them. And
Right.
Hmm.
so, because you have people who are just strong, she's my strong friend. And so it's important that I check in on my strong friend, my strong
Hmm.
sister, because sometimes you can't just say, well, God is going to help you get through it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't want to hear that. They just want to let me just walk through it. Okay,
Right.
let me.
Yeah.
And so
Mhm.
that's what I'm here for. And like I said, I keep telling her I'm very proud of her for sharing her story.
Right.
Because it's important. It's going to help somebody, especially when it
Yes.
comes down to not just sibling, but anybody. you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm extremely proud of you. Can't say it enough.
That's awesome.
Y'all
And
see my
also,
friend?
that's okay, baby. Listen, it's a sisterhood podcast. We wear many hats. We're mom, we're whoever, we're all the things. And
We are.
listen, you got an interruption, and I do too. But that's because we real life, we real deal. Hey, baby girl, listen, you're
Yeah,
part
girl.
of the sisterhood. She a mini sister.
Hey, love.
Hey, mini sister.
Grown up.
That's a real sisterhood. But
No.
seriously, but I like how you said, I always I started saying something to when I was doing my different talks, and I would tell women it's okay to not be okay, just don't stay there. You
Mhm.
know, and I think that's something we have to hone in. It's okay to not be okay from time to time. You may wake up and today
Mhm.
is not a good day. Just don't stay there.
Right.
So I
Right.
love how you say you meet her where she is, you let her know that you're there, and that discernment, because that brings me to our next
Mhm.
topic of we're talking to Lynn about how does, because it wouldn't be the Sisterhood podcast if it wasn't about how faith plays a part in your ability to grieve.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely faith is up here. You see
Yes,
my hands.
all the way up.
Faith is up. It
Mhm.
is. Faith is the main thing for my life. Being a coach, I have to deal with people that are not believers. You know, I
Mm.
do. But for myself, it is major. And a lot, probably 80% of the people that are have lost siblings or just lost people in general, they are believers. And so faith has been major for me. It has been played a major role in this, because I remind myself so much that Romans 8 and 28, Linda Law,
Yeah.
and we know that
Yeah.
all things work together for the good of them that loves the Lord. I'm telling you, like
Yes.
all through the day, that loves the Lord, those that are the called according to his purpose, like
Mhm.
God doesn't make any mistakes. And I have
Right.
to really talk myself through things. And if it wasn't for that, you would probably be visiting me somewhere.
Mm.
You would be,
Right.
if I didn't have that word and that faith to know that it's truly working for my good,
Right.
and that God truly has a plan for my life beyond that, and God is
Right.
truly going to keep me. I have to talk myself through it. So for
Mhm.
some clients, again, that are believers, and for people that I run into, I
Mhm.
tell them, talk your way through it. Let your faith talk you through it.
Yeah.
Let your faith walk you through it.
Yes.
Okay? Because if if you are, like I said, if you are a true believer, there's some things that prior to deaths and prior to things that have happened in your life, that your faith has carried you over. So this is just another mountain that your faith is going to have to carry you over. I have to
Right.
talk to myself like that.
Right.
Like this sibling death is another mountain that your faith is going to have to carry you over. There's something on the other side of this. What's on the other side, Linda Law? Oh, you writing books that's going to help. Had they not
Come
had
on,
they
sis.
not passed on, how would
Right.
I be able to assist someone with the book? You
Mm.
can't
That's right.
assist. You can't assist people or guide them or help them navigate or help them maneuver unless you have been through some things. You don't want to hear nobody tell you, you
Right.
got this, you can make it. Let me tell you, but they hadn't been through it.
Right.
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 So my faith lets me know that their death was not in vain or is not in vain. But if I sit on it, and if
Hello.
I stay depressed, and if
Yeah.
I just stay isolated, then their deaths would be in vain.
Mm.
Right.
So that's why the dedication is to them,
Right.
to let them know that, hey, people are going to know your name.
Right.
People are going to know your name, and your death is not in vain.
Right.
It's not in vain. People are going to learn so much about sibling grief because of your death. So um my faith in knowing that there is an awesome plan even after all of this suffering. The Bible says that after
Mm.
that ye have suffered a while, I'll perfect
Yes.
you, I'll
That's
establish
right.
you, I'll
Yes.
I'll
Come on.
strengthen you. I'll settle you. Okay. After that, ye have suffered. So suffering comes in with it.
Yeah.
You know, I can be like, okay, God, I knew this faith thing was gonna have to work somewhere in my life, but I ain't know it's gonna have to work. Yeah, it works in all ways.
Yes.
It works in death. You gotta come out of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know that there is a plan that God has, even for the worst moments in your life. There's a plan for it. So I had to talk to myself. Had to talk to myself and say, hey, Lin Law, there's a plan for this.
Yes.
There's a plan for you. Yes, you lost them. But what is it that God wants to pull from it? By faith, God wants to pull out of this resources that's going to help. That's all he's ever done with my life.
Yes.
That's all he's ever done. Everything that I ever went through is he'll have me birth some kind of something that's going to be a resource or something to help somebody in it. So even in this, I couldn't sit too long. You know, I have people in my life like Sharde, you know, like a Christy, that another one of my friends, you know, like a Patricia Jefferson, Angela Gardner, you know, I have those people that they're not in my ear all the time, but when they're in my ear, they're saying, you know, you got to birth that book. You know, you got to do this.
When the release date,
yes.
You had a true sisterhood. You had a true sister circle, a God ordained sister circle. Those ones that were gonna push you and not gonna pray. They prayed PRAY for you, not PREY on you.
That's right. And see, that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah,
part
two.
Prior to this era of my life, there was an era in my life where the enemy wanted me away from every woman because of betrayal that happened to me. He won, I would probably be somewhere in a straight jacket, had I not allowed anybody into my life, any woman, not body, but any woman, because I was betrayed times 1,000 by a woman, okay, that was supposed to destroy my life. Okay, I'm healed and delivered and set free and all, but it was supposed to destroy my life. It was supposed to cause me to be at a place where I don't trust no women. But during this era of my life, it's women like y'all that are opening doors, giving me opportunities to share my story. It's women. The enemy always has a plot. He's been plotting on you since the beginning. He's been plotting on you, Sharde. He's been plotting on you, Karla, since the beginning of time. So if we don't use our faith, if we don't use our discernment, if we don't use wisdom, knowledge, understanding, discernment, and revelation, if I don't use those things, I'm going to be stuck in a place and I'm going to miss out on everything that it is that God has determined to be for my life. My faith has caused me to be on this podcast today. Otherwise, I would have told Sharde, no, I can't.
And no, ma'am. And I really wasn't going to set up a no. Be honest with you, because it's too much in you. That it has to be seen. It has to be seen. And so
the enemy was under attack after you because he wanted you to isolate from women. Then he took your sister. Then he took it. So he wanted you to be alone and think you were out there in the wilderness by yourself.
By myself.
And the God we serve. He turned your test into a testimony and your message into a message.
And that's what it felt like, Karla, when I lost my sister. I had to literally think that I had other people. I had to literally think like I had other women, because I felt like I had nobody else, because that's the person that I was with, that I called, you know, for, you know, that we sat around, that I can take her insults and it didn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? I could just laugh. You know, she could call me a big back. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't bother me. You know what I mean? She could do whatever. So it was like that strip. And then when my brother and I, we've always been close. And then it's like, okay, it was almost like the enemy was doing like this, like, but you ain't gonna be able to handle this. And I used to hear this in my head and bind and rebuke it and do all kinds of stuff. But out here, I bet this next thing gonna take you out.
Mm.
Bet
I
this
think
next
about Job.
Yeah.
When I think about you, I think about Job because I'm like, he tried to strip you of everything. Oh,
Yeah.
but look at you, Lin Law today.
everything.
Baby. Come on now.
Everything. But the devil is a lie. He
He
is.
is
I'm
a
gonna
lie.
move
Yeah.
forward. You know, I do have my moments where I'm like, God, they're literally gone. My sister is literally not here with me. And then he'll show me people that loves me for real. Like genuine. You
Yeah.
know, some
Yeah.
people don't love you. They just be tripping. They don't love you for real.
That's
But
that's
he's
podcast
giving me
number 2 too.
some.
It is. No, that's number 3 right there.
Yeah,
Because
you coming back,
yeah.
Lin. Get ready. We got to run this back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he's giving me some good people, women, sisters. I love this podcast, sisters. He's giving me some good, and I'm grateful that I was able to open up
Right.
after the things that I've been through in my past, because I know what the plan was. I know what it was. Yeah, it was to isolate me,
Yeah.
to make me curse God and die. I'm telling you, and literally curse him. You're like, man, I'm not doing this.
Right.
I'm not doing this. You know, I'm not encouraging women. Then after that thing happened, you know, it's like he opened doors for me to minister to women.
Yeah.
Nothing but
Wow.
women.
Basically
All
to
over
be
everywhere.
and to be what it's basically to be what you needed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like what they actually thought they were taking away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're able to give them what they need in a sister. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Yes.
So
To be
like
what
I
you
said,
didn't get.
yes. But just think if I had shut down, I wouldn't even know how to deal with grief,
Mm.
because I wouldn't have the strength in sisters that I have now.
Yes.
You can't deal with this stuff by yourself.
Right.
You can't.
Right.
I don't care what nobody say. I used to be a one woman show. Yes, because I was not going to trust nobody.
Wow.
But I realized I cannot do that. You cannot isolate yourself. He didn't make us to be by ourselves. He didn't make us to be alone and walk alone because of things like this. You're going to face some things that your faith is going to have to work, and not only your faith, but the people that you're connected to are going to have to help carry you.
Yeah.
And you got to be open to that. You got to be open to your sisters and brothers that are going to help carry you to your next place.
True. The enemy literally thought he broke you, but even in your brokenness, God was rebuilding you to be the very thing that you did get and that you didn't want to be. That's a testimony, honey.
It
I mean,
is.
Yeah.
you know,
True. That's so true. That's true.
I thank you.
Yeah.
I thank you for your transparency. I thank you for the ability to stand up and do something different and raise awareness about something that often goes unnoticed. Because again, I'm still like, I'm ready to get off this podcast and get to text the nurses and be like, we got to change up the way that we grew, that we help with these parents grieving, and we have to look at these siblings. Like that is my agenda to touch base on, you know, and the things that you've discussed. And I hope everybody gets this book, because this book won't just help you with sibling grief. It'll help you with the loss of anything. Like it will. Like there are some gems in there that'll help you just navigate loss. And with loss comes grief. So I really think your book can be applied in so many different ways. So we're going to be sure to get that link. So we can drop it so I can get my copy.
Mine too.
Learn to better how to deal with my husband and my family and my friends to be there. You know, because I don't want to, you hit when you said trigger them. And I'm like, I don't want to be that to them. I want their safe space, not the person that makes them rehash and relive and puts them in a bad spot and causes them to isolate. So I definitely will be getting my copy. And just for me, learn how to deal with loss, because you do grieve. And I like the fact that you say there's no time frame on grief.
Yeah, there's no time frame. You just have to let people do their thing, because like I said, one day you can feel like, okay, I'm getting it together. And then the next day it'll feel like it just happened. You
Mm.
know, it just replays itself. It does. It just replays itself. But there is in the book, there's a way that you can move, and I talk about it in there. There's a way that you can move through it where when it replays, you'll know how to deal with it. I can't tell everybody everything,
Right.
but
But
there's a
I'm
way
gonna be
that you I know, right? I saw
Get
your
your
ears turn.
book. Get your copy of your book.
Yeah, so there's ways that you can kind of move, you know what I'm saying? And you can you have to learn how to build on their death. That don't
Mm.
seem right, but you have to build on it. You have to build. There's things that you can do. There's people that you can help, and even if it's not writing a book, there's
Mhm.
somebody that's dealing with grief, and once you find yourself maneuvering through it, you might not deal with 1,000 people. You might not even deal with 100. That might be 10. It might be just one that
Right.
you'll run into that that you're able to help. But yeah, there's no time. There's no time on this
Right.
stuff. There's no time. You just want people to not isolate.
Right.
You don't want to do that.
Mhm.
You want people to know that they are seen,
Right.
siblings, whomever, that they are seen, and that they can move forward. There's life after sibling death. There's life.
Mhm.
Even though you feel like parts of you are missing, you
Right.
know, pieces of your heart, pieces of your future,
Mhm.
because you always plan, most of us
Yes.
plan with your siblings. Are y'all gonna be
Yeah.
old and gray? We're gonna be doing this stuff.
Mhm.
Traveling
So
together.
Yeah.
yes. So all of that, is a part of um building building on things. I'm trying to say everything, but building on things that you plan, because some of these things you still need to do.
Right.
Yeah, because my sister and I planned a trip. Like, we were supposed to do a trip. She died in May. We had a trip scheduled for July. You know,
Mm.
Mhm.
I would never take that trip. I never went back to Las Vegas and nowhere. I was not about to do it, but I have to.
Right.
I have to do that. I'd stay out of Louisiana because that's where she died, but I have to face that. She would want me to face that. She
Mhm.
would want me to face that. So there are some things that I definitely I'm still working on with myself. But there's definitely some things that I have to do to make sure that I have peace on the inside
Right.
of me, concerning her, concerning my little brother. He was successful, very successful little
Mhm.
brother. So I can't, if I sit around and not do nothing, he'll be like, he called me boo. He'll be like, mm, I can see, girl, what are you doing? You gotta do
Mm.
something. He'll say, you gotta do something with that now. That's him. That's how he talk. You gotta do something with that.
Yeah.
So I'm doing something with that. I want to
Yes,
make
ma'am, you
I want to
are.
make him happy about his. I always be thinking I'm the little sister. Be happy because he was just, yeah. I don't want to get into that.
I love the fact that you,
Mm.
although they are gone and you've buried
Mhm.
them, they're still a part of you and you
Right.
carry
Yeah,
them with you. And to
yeah,
me, that is commendable. Like, that's amazing. I think that's all a part of the grieving process. That just because they're gone, that doesn't mean they're gone. You still
right.
carry them everywhere you go,
Right.
and I
That's
think
right.
that's healthy. And I
Very
and
healthy.
and I'm thinking about, just little traditions that we do, and I have my little moment. I'm like, oh, my grandmother used to do this. But now I used to get sad, but now I
Mm-hmm.
don't. It brings me joy to think and to see my daughter, because my grandmother was a cook, and to watch
Mm-hmm.
my daughter cook in the kitchen, and she has some of her same mannerisms of how she does things. And so now we use that to carry her legacy on. So I love how
Mm-hmm.
you carry your brother, and you be like, what would he say? What would my
Yeah,
sister say?
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Mhm.
I have to do it. I have to carry them on. And I've heard other people that are further along in their journey with me
Mhm.
that has said what you said. They said after a while, it's going to be a joy to you. You're going to just smile. It won't be as
Yeah.
many tears, you know. So I'm looking forward to that. I've heard that a lot. Like, you know, after a while, you won't ever forget them. You know, you'll always have this little place in your heart where it hurts a little bit, but they say you're going to actually smile. You know,
Yeah.
you're going to actually smile. You're going to actually smile when you think about everything concerned. I smile a lot about them now.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to really have joy. You know, you're going to really have joy. You're gonna. So I look for. Then when I look at this world, everybody can't do this, but when I look at this world, I'm like, man, y'all wouldn't even want to come back here if y'all had the opportunity.
Right.
You know?
Right.
True.
Right. It's right.
You
I
wouldn't want to come
agree.
back here. You know, you would. You wouldn't. Stress of life and stress of this, that, and people and killings. You don't want to come. So just, you know, they're at a very peaceful place. They both you have to think about things like, you know, if they rededicate my sister when she was off life support the second time, I believe, she totally rededicated her life, you know, back to Christ and everything. And, you know, my brother was at a great place in Christ, in God. He was at a great place. That's such a peace
Yeah.
in knowing that they're okay. Yeah, that they're okay. That they're okay. So
That's
yeah.
awesome. Well, I thank you so much.
Yeah.
We both thank you. You are welcome anytime on the platform of the Sisterhood Podcast. Like I say, a sister of Sharde is a sister of me because she is definitely my safe space. She is my covering.
Yes.
She was the sister that I did not know I needed, but God gave me. And I'm grateful for her. We are grateful for this platform.
Lord.
We definitely got some more things to talk about because you touched
Yes.
base. I want to get you back with
Okay.
coming back talking about betrayal, like
Yes.
navigating betrayal and how
Got
you
it.
navigated that and came back, because that's something we all need to talk about,
Right.
because
Yeah.
in our culture
For real.
sometimes it can be mean girls, like
Yes.
serious girls, but it's not always like that. There are some good sister circles
Right.
out there. So
There
just,
are.
you know, showing them how to navigate through that and that you can get over that and find your sister circle. So I would love to have you. We would love to have you back.
Yes. Yes.
Talk about
I
that.
love to come
Be-
back and talk about that.
Before you go, so when is the expected day for your book to be
Yes.
released?
January 27th is my sister's birthday. So January 27th is the release date for that.
Okay.
And then we're going to release something in April for my brother's birthday.
Okay.
So January 27th is release date. And I'm doing self-publishing first time. Come on.
Come on, sis.
Number one seller already.
Yes. Yes. So where will
Best
it be available at?
On all Amazon platforms,
Yes.
Barnes and Nobles, you know, the norm, but it'll
Okay.
also be on my website. So yeah,
Okay.
you'll get the link as soon as
Okay.
I'll give it to y'all.
And we'll
Only if y'all
share it.
give me only if y'all give me a Sisterhood podcast shirt.
I give you now. You know I got you. You know I got
I gotta have one.
yes. You gotta let me know
Those
what
are
color
cute.
shirt. I got you.
Those are cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, so January 27th.
Okay. I'm putting it in my calendar and I look
Yeah.
forward to it. I'm
I
so proud of you.
just finished editing.
Yay. Awesome.
I'm an old school editor, y'all.
Yes. So proud of
Old
you.
school is key. People that
Yes.
means like we've gotten away from that. We need to go back to the
We
basics.
do.
We need
Yes.
to go back to them praying grandmas, and
That's
we don't have
right.
that anymore, and it's a generation loss because I
Yes.
know I'm living off the prayers of my grandma.
Yes, ma'am.
I know that's right.
So yes. So again,
Thank
you have moved me. Listen, you didn't drop some gems for me. We can't release too much because you need to get
I
the book,
know.
of course. But
That's
you give
right.
us a taste of what to expect.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that release. I'm looking forward to
Thank you.
purchasing. I'm looking forward to you coming back on.
Yes.
Talk about some things and
I would love
go in
to.
there. That navigating betrayal is gonna be
It's gonna be so good. I can just taste
Good.
it. It's gonna be good.
that's gonna need a part 1 and 2. Because
Maybe
It
3.
is.
right.
Yeah.
Maybe 3
Yeah.
for real.
Deep,
Yeah.
but
'Cause
sisterhood
I've
is
never
real.
really talked in reference to it. I always shy back until I learned that it's so necessary to
It
talk about,
is.
you
It
know,
is.
not to destroy anybody's character, not
Right.
to bring anybody down, but just to let folk know you can live
Yeah.
after the ultimate betrayal.
That's
Yes.
ooh.
The
Oh yeah.
living after life after the ultimate betrayal.
That's
Yes, ma'am.
good. Okay, we gotta come up with a date when we're gonna have you come back to talk about
Okay.
that. That's good. That's
I
good.
would,
I
I would
like
love
that. We're gonna write that title down now. Life after the
the
ultimate
ultimate
betrayal.
betrayal.
Ooh,
Ooh, sorry.
girl, I foresee another book in the
Uh-huh.
making.
Uh-huh.
That's
Amen.
the book title, Lin Law.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
just saying. Pray on it. Let the Lord
I will.
lead. But
I will.
that's a book that's
It
necessary
is.
because so often we as women suffer from that and we don't realize that we can't even have real friends or be a real friend because we haven't gotten over the betrayal of stuff that happened to us in high school.
That's true.
That's
So,
good.
So true.
Well, not
so
even just high school. It can just be just regular life,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes we hold on to those things too. And then
Yes.
we're so scared to get close to other people,
Mhm.
and open up to other people that you kind of like,
Mhm.
okay, is this too good to be true? So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to you coming back talking about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And
We
we
need
talked
to
about
talk
that
about it
book
because
release
then too,
date.
that stuff will have you having unrealistic expectations
Yes.
on your other sisters too.
Yeah.
Like they can't mess up. You
Yeah.
know, I know it. Like they can't. As soon as they make a mistake, be like,
Right.
no.
And you
Same.
will, and I don't know why, but you do feel like I guess I gotta not cut them off, but you end up kind of cutting them off, not meaning to,
You
you know,
do.
Yeah.
and not
You
showing grace. And
do.
so I'm looking forward to you coming back and talking about that. That's gonna be so good, much
Mhm.
needed.
I
Yes.
look for it.
I'm
Don't let
ready.
me have to come find y'all. I hear
Maybe
these
we
so.
can look. Maybe we can get her to come in person. Spend the
I know.
weekend, a
Look,
Come.
look,
sisterhood weekend.
Yes,
now look, we've already kind of talked about this.
we did. We did.
So I have a big 40th celebration
Mhm.
coming. And so I'm hoping that
I'm
we can
coming.
do
Yeah.
it that
Same.
Sunday after
Yeah.
or
But you
something.
know, I always stay a couple of extra days to clear my mind.
Yes.
That's it. It's a date.
That's, that would be great. I would love it. Y'all have my shirt ready. Don't be
Oh,
playing.
I am. I'm gonna get it ready. You
Don't be
know what
playing.
all you gotta do is send me the details.
Okay.
Size and whatever you want. I got you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I
It'll
look
be
forward to it.
February. So if it's February, we got to do reds and pinks because
Yeah.
Yes,
Lynn
we
loves
do.
doing all the
Yes, we
things.
do.
What you say?
Yes,
What
we
they
do.
do like this? Clock it.
Is it this finger or this one?
It's
Which
these two,
one?
I think,
I
ain't it?
be messing up. It's this
I,
one.
I think it's I'm probably messing up 200. If any young listener
Is
or
it clock
whoever is
it this
watching,
way or do
teach
we
us.
clock it this way?
Yes, teach us how to do it if we're doing it wrong.
I think we're wrong.
We might be. We might be, and then I'm okay with it. Just somebody, whoever, they can teach us how to do it the right
Yeah,
way.
I think we are. Are we?
Or we froze.
I think so, or something like that. I don't know.
Me coming up.
Yeah, I think we froze. I went
Are
out
we
and
frozen?
came back in. I don't know if we're still live, but I do want to thank you for joining in, girl. You definitely gave some information that I think a lot of ladies can take and use again, not just with grief, but with everyday life. And we
Hmm.
looking forward to that February date so that we can be in
Yeah.
person and live on the couch and
Oh
we can
yes,
just
That's
sip
gonna
our
be
favorite,
amazing.
sip our favorite drink, tea, whatever,
yes.
and just talk about navigating friendships, betrayal, all the
That's
things.
so good.
It's a date. The
It
sisterhood
is.
be together all weekend. We just gonna
That
spend
would
the
be great.
weekend together because that's what the sisterhood is all about.
It
I just
is.
got to get it. I just got to look.
I
You
Ooh,
did.
know.
so
You
happy.
I,
did.
look, I so look forward.
Yes.
Oh
So
yeah.
listen, y'all. If you just now tuning in, go back and watch. If you've been tuned in, share on your page. Drop this to any sister or even a male that maybe be able to benefit. And until next time, this is the Sisterhood Podcast, and we are out.
We out.
Peace.